because they have touched my life. They didn't just touch my life, they touched my kids. Now I can boldly take care of my kids. I can boldly send them to whatever school they want.
EU Spotlight Initiative has brought a great light to many communities.
One key achievement was that we were able to engage with that training institute to inculcate gender and gender-based violence into their training curriculum. And our project was working, you know how you train, you have the training activities, 30 people, 25 people, but because we engaged with the training institutes that they call LETI, we were able to train in 1 year over 4,000 officers.
Plenty communities doesn't know that they are violating women and girls, but now that they know, people are speaking up and the work is becoming larger. So with the government in Lagos State, the government of the day is trying, because even as I'm speaking to you, the governor of Lagos State is our he/she ambassador. He doesn't play with anything that has to do with women, girls, and even children, the youth as a whole.
UN Women supported us in the development of the domestic and sexual violence case management system. And that is basically a mobile and web application that helps us to manage cases end to end. And this became crucial because we realized that it's important for us to leverage technology in providing support and services to survivors. And so what we have now is a situation where key responder agencies, including case management, police, the health sector, are able to impute data on this mobile application, and then everybody is able to see and track the movement and progress of cases.
We go out for women who are survivors, who have passed through one form of GBV or the other, and then what we do is that we collaborate with government agencies, because we can't go off the road to pick the women and just say who has been abused, please come in. No, so we work with government agencies. So they are the ones who supply us these women, because these cases have been reviewed, they are genuine and they are authentic, and they have files with them, so they are assessed. Anyone who qualifies gets enrolled and gets trained. So
presently, as I speak to you, from inception of the EU-UN Spotlight project till date, we have provided free medical and counseling supports to over 5,000 survivors of sexual and gender-based violence. So, seeing over 5,000 stories of where hope has been restored to these people has been impactful for us. So for us, provision of response services has been the most impactful activity we've had under the EU-UN Spotlight Initiative.
And so we launched the toll-free line. Actually, the launch was done by the First Lady of Lagos State, Dr. Mrs. Claudiana Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu. And since then, we've been recording remarkable success. I believe we've provided services to over 3,000 survivors via the gender-based violence virtual referral line.
My experience through Spotlight Initiative, before I started this training, I would say I was like a mess. I was a serious mess. I would say, I don't want to say I put myself in the mess, but I was a mess.
The empowerment has really, given me the opportunity to be self-employed, because I've actually wanted to learn something. Growing up, I had passion for cooking. That was actually what led me into catering. So our Spotlight Initiative, the program has been able to leave a good impact in my life, in the sense that I can make money for myself now without depending on anybody.
Spotlight Initiative, they make me to be who I am today. I'm an independent, and I praise God for that.
So we ensure that they key into our program, Kiki Literacy House of Lagos. And so by the time they key into our program, it's always easy for us to get our learners. It's always easy to get our trainees, By the time we go to their domain, we tell them what Lagos State is bringing to their domain. which is also free of charge. For instance, people who never had the opportunity of going to school at the right time, or who dropped out of school due to one reason or the other, this is a second chance opportunity.
We're invited to collaborate on this initiative. WISCA in the last year has been able to sign on an additional about 53 signatories to the WEPs, and we're still counting. So with our contribution, we're almost at about 100 signatories in Nigeria, which has put us in a very, very exalted position across the continent. I think we're either second or third in terms of what we've been able to accomplish in that regard, and we're still pushing very hard to do even more.
So it's been an empowering journey. Whenever they call me, I don't want to tell them no, I want to come, because they have touched my life. They didn't just touch my life, they touched my kids. Now I can boldly take care of my kids. I can boldly send them to whatever school they want. They can do what their peers are doing without waiting on any man. I can boldly, when they say, "Mommy, I want to learn swimming," so okay, let's plan it. And I can boldly pay for it. I am happy that I can do all of that. I want to say thank you to Spotlight Initiative, because they've been like a saving grace. They don't know, but I know where I'm coming from. I know what I've seen, and I know how far I have come, and I know how far they have touched my life.